Good afternoon. This is Robert Ricks with the National Weather Service office in Slidell, Louisiana for your weekly briefing heading into this weekend and through better part of next week. We got hopefully some optimistic news for you after a busy September. Things seem to be starting to quiet down a bit. So as we move on, you'll see in our situation overview, we still have some lingering effects from our tropical weather that recently rolled through here, Beta in particular. Beta is still on the map as a remnant system that's still providing some rain showers across the southeast states as it moves through. Locally, we still have some coastal flooding still underway from the higher waters that were brought in during the week, but they're slowly starting to abate, and that's a good thing. We still have one coastal flood advisory still in effect tonight through Friday morning, and hopefully once we get past that, things should be back to normal after that. That runs from the tidal lakes and to the west side of Bay of St. Louis at this time. The outer coastal waters seem to have improved already, so that's a good thing. So as you can see, this is a situation that's winding down. The tropics have finally become quiet for now. It looks like no tropical cyclone development is expected through the middle of the week, and tropical season is still underway. However, we don't want you to drop your guard just yet. We still have some development that's still possible yet in October. So, but for at least a week, we have some quiet news for you. And then fall-like weather is on the way. We have a couple of fronts coming through over the next several days, and that's going to help to bring some fall into the area. So moving forward, here's our coastal flood advisory as it stands now. It was readjusted earlier today to knock off some of the areas that previously were in advisory areas, and then the warning that we had around the west side of Lake Pontchartrain and Lake Maurepas area, that's been lowered now to an advisory level. So we're thinking maybe 1 to 2 more feet of inundation yet to go at high tide tonight. The high tides range generally from 4 to 8 o'clock in the morning, and then once we get beyond, say, sunrise and beyond, water levels should fall off appreciably to where this won't be a problem moving forward. We do have quite a bit of a westerly wind out there now, and northwest wind eventually. That'll help to drain the lakes quite a bit. Here's the tide gauge at the Bonnet Floodway. This is somewhat representative of what's happening in the lakes. You can see it's been at moderate flood levels, 3-foot levels or more past couple of days. And this morning was a little bit less than that, just slightly over 2. And you can see the tide curve moving forward that it is actually flattening a bit. So we're expecting it by tomorrow's high tide, and once it goes beyond there, it should fall back to near normal levels after that through the weekend. So that's a good thing. The tropical weather outlook, you can see an empty map for a change. We just have the little circled X representing Beta over central Mississippi that continues to push towards the Appalachian Mountains and providing rain up in those areas. But for the rest of the map, it's a nice clean map, and nothing's expected to develop over the next 5 days. So in summary, we're looking at coastal flood situation that's slowly improving. You know, one more tide cycle advisory to go, and then tomorrow afternoon we should be all in the clear from that. Tropics finally becoming quiet after a very busy September, and for the next week it should be some good news still. And then fall-like weather is on the way with some cooling temperatures. We'll get one front coming through Monday. That'll dry things out. And then the second cooler front, which provides the colder temperatures. We're talking seasonable temperatures, like lows in some areas in the upper 50s and for the most part 60s elsewhere, but still warming up in the upper 70s to lower 80 range, which is quite manageable for the fall area. So that's great. And so you have a good weekend. We'll see you next week, and that's all we have now.